2, 1.
The Rose is so unique and special because they're a band, but they were trained as K-pop.
Leo, Jeff, and Dylan were exactly my type of people.
첫 곡을 그렇게 그냥 딱 쳤는데 한 번 딱 치자마자 네 명 다 오 이렇게 된 거예요.
Let's go! 여기서 더로즈가 시작된 거예요.
저희가 이제 회사를 정식으로 들어가서
They intentionally tried to pull us apart.
And our own company was doing this.
뮤지션이라는 직업 자체가 그걸 익스프레스를 해야 되는데 못하게 했었죠. 밴드 더로즈가 사실상 끝이 날 수도 있었죠. Now we get to have our own identity, trying to start a new chapter. Here we go.
참 신기한 것 같아요, 음악이라는.
I love the Rose, and I love Water Messages. I love being with the guys.
우리는 앞으로 우리 음악 열심히 하면 되는 거고 사람들에게 우리의 진심을 좀 들려드렸으면 좋겠다.
Boom, there you go. That was the trailer for The Rose, Come Back to Me, arriving in theaters on Valentine's Day. Go check it out. It's your boy KUYA P. This is Nerds Rule the World. Joining me to talk all things The Rose, I have director Eugene Yee and producer Diane Quon. Thank you both for your time. Really appreciate it. This film, I have to admit, well, straight up, I'm an American guy, grew up on hip hop, all things music. But then when I would find, I gotta say, as an proud Asian American, it always attracted me, like the Far East movement, which is in this documentary, which was great to see. K-pop has now been on the rise. I've not really been familiar with K-rock, but a film like this, you love to see, especially as an Asian American who loves music. I came in not familiar, but now I think I'm a fan. This is a great documentary. And I just love, the story that's told here. I think it's a very universal story with music, obviously. But then as an Asian American, I gotta say with pride, I'm like, look at us, because we don't get to see a lot of us. So I also am very proud to see this. So for you both, when this project came your way, were you already fans when this came about? And what was it like, getting the ball rolling to, give rise and spread the word about this amazing group? If I can start with you, Diane Quon, you're the producer. Generally, producers get the directors on board, everybody else. How did this start for you?
You're so right. Thank you. Janet Yang, who's one of our EPs, is the one that told me about the Rose. I was not familiar with the band and I did not know about them, but she knew the Far East guys and they were repping the Rose. And she was asking them what's new. And they said, we just signed on this new band called the Rose. You have to check them out. They were part of the K-pop system, and then they dropped out because they wanted to do rock music and they wanted to do music their way, write their own music, not necessarily have to dance, do it the way they do it. So when she told me about this band, I thought this would be a great story. I want to know more about them. And to your point, what you were saying, I don't hear a lot about Asian rock bands. You hear K-pop a lot, which really big fan of, but not really rock bands, and especially here in America. It's like, why don't we hear more about Asian bands? Far East Movement, who you brought up, is like the last band that topped Billboard #1, and that was 15 years ago. It's like what has happened? But anyway, since she already knew the band, we contacted the managers, said, would they be interested in doing a documentary? We met with them. I met with them individually and heard their personal stories and just was so impressed with their vulnerability that I thought, okay, this would make a great doc. And then I called Eugene, and then I'll let Eugene take it from here.
And for me, I also was not super familiar with the Rose, But I've been a fan of Korean rock for a really long time because, I'm from LA, growing up in LA, like, obviously K-pop was everywhere. And, you know, adjacent to that, like hip hop and K-pop was everywhere too, because hip hop was so instrumental in just K-pop's DNA. But whenever I would come across like a Korean rock band or an Asian American rock band, it always kind of piqued my interest because again, it just gets back to that question of like, why aren't we in that space? And you'd see like, that one guy from Smashing Pumpkins or the one person from like an indie band or like whatever it is, right? Like there's a lot of Asian spotting going on, like in the rock world, it felt like. So there was just, yeah, this question of why aren't there more? And then all the other questions that come out of that too, right? Like it's just, oh, are there Korean rock bands? Are they just not being pushed as much by the industry? Like, what's up with that? What's going on there? So all these questions are like have always been there. And so when Diane approached me about this film, naturally, like I was interested. And of course, any chance I get to work with Diane Quon, like I'll absolutely take because she's a legend. But I think once I got to know the Rose's story a little bit better, it was like I was fascinated because the music's great, of course, but everything that they went through is like every bad thing that can happen to a Korean rock band or Korean musician. Like ever, you got a lawsuit, I mean, I don't want to spoil the movie, but like you've got so many different obstacles that they had to overcome. Any one of them could have been the end of the career for another musician, but not only had they overcome it all, like they were down to talk about it all too. And so that combination of the story they had and the willingness to talk about everything was just something that was so rare. It's something that like I'd always wanted to see in a movie about Korean musicians. And so, it's that thing, right? Like make the films you want to see, work on the projects you want to see out in the world, and that's how it happened.
Definitely, because then when I think we've heard it, it's been put out there. When you see it, you can achieve it, and that's why I absolutely love this. And we're all fans now, like I'm gonna support it and tell the world. So thank you for using your form, your ability, and that's what I try to do with my form to give rise and show love. Well done. I want to pinpoint exactly the openness because that's what I think made this such a great, interesting and informative and inspiring documentary is how they were so open. So you didn't have to like really wriggle them or anything. They were just ready to tell their story. And can we just, step on it? Because that's, I think we all know we've dealt with celebrities and we, work with a lot. Not everyone is open. Everybody's trying to put up, the certain face. Can we just continue on that? That openness and even the ups and downs between them, but they still shared. And that's such an amazing and very important thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say, so before we decided to make the documentary, I did have a Zoom call with each of them to kind of get a sense of the stories. I didn't know all the challenges they went through or both as a band, but also personally. And when they were already willing to share some of the things that they had gone through in both, areas, personally, but also as a band, they were already saying that on the Zoom. Now, then when we actually filmed them for the interviews, I give a lot of credit to our crew, Eugene, definitely our director, but also So Yun and who was our line producer and Richard Hamill, who was our DP. We were basically the crew always. So we kept it small purposely too, to always make it as comfortable as possible for the guys so they didn't feel like it was a huge crew listening in. And also to build that trust because they were used to talking to us, like friends, hopefully, which I think we all did become friends and really respect each other. But, from the beginning, they said that that's why they wanted to do this film. They were funny. They're like, I don't know who would want to watch this film, but for them, it was important. Like, if we're going to do this, then we want to be sure that we share the story because hopefully it will inspire others.
Definitely. It made the music hit even harder, which I loved. When
Yeah.
you know their story, you can feel it behind those lyrics. It was so beautiful. Well done, guys. Well done. Eugene directing this, so what was there a particular challenge of, you weren't too knowledgeable beforehand. You became a fan throughout, but trying to encompass all of this, because I'm sure you had all this back, which you gave amazing details of how they started, it came together. What was it like, conceptualizing this to tell this documentary? If you could tell me about that process of figuring out the story and then kind of laying it out for us to enjoy.
Right. Well, I mean, we knew Coachella would be a part of it. And we were lucky enough to be able to be with them at Coachella 2 years ago, 2024. And I mean, you want to talk about challenges? Like, I don't know, man. Ain't none of us 20 years old. Like, Coachella is a physically exhausting
Young man's game.
experience. It is grueling. And so yeah, so that part was tough. But I mean, but ultimately, like, I think the first step was really for me. I think about language, because I think for all of us who have some immigration or some other heritage in our backgrounds, there's always this question of language and being able to cross language barriers. Like, are we able to do that? I think with the Rose, because so much of their fandom is international, a lot of the press and a lot of the attention they get falls on the members who might be more comfortable in English. And so that falls on two of the members. They're both charming and charismatic, and they're amazing, of course. But we wanted to make sure the other two guys got equal shine too. And so the drummer is low-key, probably the funniest member of the group, just always is there with like a one-liner and is just such a sharp observer. As well as, ultimately, like, he went to college to study music. He just has so much to share. And then there's the bassist too, Jeff, who I think we all knew from early on would really, provide a lot of the emotional core of the film when it comes especially to this message of healing through music, which I think is important to the band, important to what they do, and important to all of us too. I think that was just something that resonated with all of us, and his story really encapsulates all that. So to get that going right in language and to do all the interviews in language and all that was just really, really important to all of us.
I love that. Everybody, The Rose, Come Back to Me, Arise Valentine's Day. Go check it out. Please support this film. Thank you, Eugene. Yeah, there's so many things about this film that just, I think it's so universal. While I'm proud as an Asian American and it's Asian music and like, I'm like all the wins there, I'm snapping. There's just universality to it, universality to it that I think so many people should connect to that will connect to it. And you both giving it to us. When it arrives on February 14th, if I can go back to you, Diane, you came on board, you signed it, you fell in love with them. Everyone's going to fall in love with them on Valentine's Day. What do you hope people take away when they come see The Rose, Come Back to Me?
I mean, you're so right. What attracted me too was the universal. I can't say the word either. Universality.
Sorry.
Their story. There were two things. The idea of pursuing your dreams the way you want to do it. And if you're passionate about something, even though others may say you got to do it this way, to not have that fear to like do it your way. I really appreciate that for young people. And so I hope that young people, no matter what age actually, that you learn that, do it your way. Don't be afraid. It's hard maybe, but it's so worth it. And I saw that in the guy's story. The other message was the idea of healing and why it's so important to them. For Jeff to share his personal story of mental health, I think it's so rare and it's such a problem right now, not just in the United States, but all over the world and Korea, in Asian communities where we don't talk about that. I hope that their willingness to share it, their stories will help others to feel more comfortable talking about what they may be going through.
Completely agree. Everyone needs to do their part and make it so that it's real, it's natural. We all go through it, and the more people see it again, the more they'll realize, and it'll be, a common
and I
bond.
figure if these four young men are willing to talk about it, and they're good looking and talented, hopefully more people will be open to listening to them, versus me telling them, that
Definitely.
I think they are such great voices to be telling this story.
Completely agree. Thank you, Diane. Eugene, I have to tell you real quick, I love Free Cho Soli. You're amazing. You're a legend as well. Much like Diane, who is a legend. Love Minding the Gap.
Thank you.
For you, what did this speak to you with all of your work, and what do you hope people take from The Rose Come Back to Me?
Yeah, I mean, one, I think to build on what Diane said, to see young men out there like that, being so open and being so sensitive, but also still being badasses and being rock stars, like literal rock stars, is an image that we just don't see that often, you know. And we talk about masculinity so much these days and just sort of all the struggles with that. But like these are guys who show that you can be in touch with your emotions and still be out there. And that I think is something that's important for the world to understand. But I mean, I think, you know, connecting to both, you know, Free Chelsea and Minding the Gap, you know, I mean, we all love an underdog story, right? Like, I mean, I think we all love stories of people like overcoming insurmountable odds, fighting against systems that are against them, and finding their own path. And I think to do that independently is just something that's so rare. Like, so it's a celebration of independent art, and it's a celebration of overcoming the odds against, you know, just something you didn't think you'd be able to get to overcome. So I think especially, you know, with everything going on right now in the world, just like the more of these kinds of stories that we can have, and the more we can hear about stories of people actually being able to overcome what they don't think they can, I think is something that we all can use, something that's certainly resonating with me, and I hope that people will take away.
That's a drop the mic statement right there, Eugene. I was about to cry. I'm in touch with my emotions, and I'm okay with my emotions. We need to be okay with our emotions.
Yeah.
So beautiful. Diane, Eugene, thank you for this art. Continue giving us of art. So amazing. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for everything you do, just to like support all of us, support the community. I mean, this is how community gets built. So just so much appreciate everything you do as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're the best. Everybody, that is Diane Quon, Eugene Yee. Amazing. Go check out The Rose Come Back to Me, arriving in theaters on Valentine's Day. Take your loved ones, take everyone, get inspired, get motivated, get inspired. So beautiful. Love you guys. Appreciate y'all. I'm KUYA P. Nerds Rule the World. We're out.
Thank you.
There's
Oh, thanks. I've heard about you too, but I didn't know that nerds rule the world. But that's kind of cool.
Nerds rule the world.
Pleasure chatting with you. Love to all my nerds who rule the world.
Yeah. Nerds rule the world.
Yes, we do.
Thanks. Nerds rule the world.
Thank you.
I love the nerds ruling the world, so more power to you.
Patrick, what up, man? And yes, they do. Nerds rule the world, kid.
yes, sir. Thank you. Awesome. KUYA P, Nerds Rule the World. Hello. Yes, they do.
Yes.
Oh,
Nerds rule the world.
I got.
It's in the title of your show, like Nerds Rule the World. Like, I want more Black weirdos on screen, and I don't feel like we ever get to see that very much.
Thank you so much. Nerds do rule the world.
Yes. Thank you.
And I love what you do, and I love nerds, and you know, I think we're all nerds at heart. But anyway,
thank you, Nerds Rule.
Love it.
Hello, Sarah. Hello, Julia.
Yes,
Rock on. I love it. Thank you so much.
It's good to see you. I love Nerds Rule the World.
But yeah, there's a heavy nerd component, man.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you ask me, nerds rule the world. So
absolutely.
And you're right. Nerds do rule the world.
We're just the best.
Yes. Nerds do rule the world. I agree.
We do.
I agree.
We're awesome, aren't we?
Thank you, ladies.
so much.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
And nerds really do rule the world.
Thank you, sir. It's your boy KUYA P. Nerds rule the world. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you.
Do. They rule the world all right.
Yes. Take care, Tony. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Love you, nerds, dude. Get it.
Well, I was good until I saw that this is Nerds Rule the World. So are we talking about like everybody you interview is a nerd, right?
Oh, it's a legal requirement. It is.
It's a legal requirement. Or are you, or the second you popped on screen, I was like, wait, are you supposed to be the queen nerd then?
I hope so. My handle is Heather is a nerd, so I am a professional at least.
Okay. But then you enter that whole question of like, well, if you're calling yourself a nerd, are you really a nerd? True nerd, would they call them? I don't know. I'm going to start going cross-eyed.
Going to psychoanalyze this a little bit.
Yeah.
Nerds do be ruling the world.
Hey, let's go. Swang Hu in the building. All right, there's a cut.